This is Classic Tetris League Division 1B. Blue Scooty on the left, Sodium Overdose on the right. Well, back open, he needs another bar to come, and it is not coming. This board breaking down. 1.178 is all he's able to muster up, and Blue Scooty at 1.45 is good for game number one. Sodium Overdose needing some help here, and no way topping out 185k. Blue Scooty has a Tetris lat. Beautiful T-burn. Gets this bar. Oh, he's gonna hang the bar, and that's gonna do it for Sodium Overdose. Chilla in full survival mode, unable to get the tuck, and gonna top out. Oh, and Chilla getting up high now. Beautiful placements, and Danby's gonna top out at 768. Oh, but Chilla with a hang. Oh no! The J piece. Can they get a bar? There's no bar, and at 350, they're toast.
Game number one of a possible 5 in this Division 1C matchup. Best of luck to both players. Let's get underway here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Okay, I'll go ahead and do that. And they've magically disappeared. Well, at least they should have. One of them didn't. And they've magically disappeared. How about that? Just like magic. Okay, for some reason it says that Myles is on level 19, but he's very clearly not. Once again, calibration proving to be an absolute, just nice thing. I love calibration. Just ignore Myles' level here. He is on level 18. But both players with a relatively rough start to the game. Having to get some digs in, but both get their first Tetrises of the match to get us underway. Myles at the advanced 19 start strider. It's so advanced that it looks like he's playing on level 18. That's how advanced it is. It's just like, just turbo starting so that it like you get 19 points and everything, but in reality you're on level 18. How about that? Myles a little bit aggressive there, but it works out, getting the long bar for the Tetris here, and Nek0's going to respond with a Tetris of his own. Currently, Nek0 has the lead on 122,000. Myles 87,000 at this early stage of the match. And nowhere good to put that piece for Nek0, but gets everything cleaned up just in time. Long bar in, Tetris for Nek0. Still has the lead by about half a Tetris or so. Nice tuck from Myles there on the fake level 18 once again. We got a couple of burns here. Nek0 having to play quite aggressively here. Holds out, gets the long bar. Another Tetris here, but now we'll have some cleanup to do. He can set up for the dirty here and gets the dirty Tetris. Dirty center well at that. For Nek0 here. As both players now inching towards halfway to level 19. My phone has gone off, so I couldn't read chat there for a minute. If anyone has said something informative, I am very sorry. But my phone is currently on 16%, and I can't read chat that often. Anyway. Myles has now taken the lead here on 212, but Nek0's going to take it right back with a Tetris, 229. And it's back and forth Tetris action so far. Myles is going to be Tetris ready there with that long bar set up. Tetris for Nek0. Myles responding right behind. Very close match so far, as both players now have hit that halfway mark. 298 Nek0, 281 Myles. Psychological warfare, says Mansion. How are you doing, Mansion? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Did you end up getting that NTC thing sorted, or are you still working on it? Because I know I was trying to help you with that yesterday. Both players on very solid pace at the moment, both above 60% Tetris rate at the moment. Myles hoping to get that well back open in time, does so. Long bar comes, and Tetris at pretty much the same time for both players, and another Tetris for both players. Back and forth at the moment, and only 5,000 points separating the two right now. 375 Myles, 369 Nek0 here. But Nek0 now gonna have to do a little bit of cleanup. Gets the T tucked in to make everything a little bit neater. Should be easier to dig as a result. we'll get that little protuberance in column 7 sorted, and we'll get everything open again, but now having to put the square over on the left, or the right, sorry, I can't get my directions correct today. Nice triple there, and Myles is going to extend this lead out with another Tetris here. He's going to try to get set up quickly for another one. Is set up and going to get the long bar. Another Tetris for Myles. Now has an 84,000 point cushion here over Nek0 here. 467 for Myles, 385 for Nek0 here, as both players now getting closer and closer towards level 19 transitions. You haven't tried match style, you've been having back issues. Oh, that's unfortunate. I hope you're doing okay, Mention. Hope you're doing okay. Don't hurt yourself. Dirty Tetris for Nek0 here, still working on getting that right well back open again, but both players right now in a bit of a dig situation here. Nek0 is close to getting the well back open. With every burn, still continuing to be one line, and there it is, back open again. Gonna get the long bar Tetris for Nek0 here. Bit of a misdrop there with the J, though. Gets the tuck with the T. And Myles here still holding on to about a 2.5 Tetris lead here, as both have now transitioned to, well, Nek0 has transitioned to level 19 on 448. Myles will transition with the next line clear. It's a bit confusing because, of course, Myles' calibration is saying that he's on level 19, but to confirm, he is still on level 18 by one line, and we'll get there on the next Tetris. But right now, Nek0 has a slight lead, slightly ahead on lines here, which does give Myles a bit of advantage, of course, being ahead. And Myles will transition to level 19 on about 5:30 here. So good pace from both players at the moment, as now we're going to ramp up the pace here. Nek0 set up for a Tetris in column 3. And holding out for that long bar. Oh, it comes a little bit too late there, but gets the well back open with it. Misdrop with the S, but Tetris for Nek0 here. Gets the triple as well to get everything back down. Now is in cleanup mode again. Myles has a hole there in row 6. Gets it back open, though. We'll look to try to do it again. Long bar coming a little bit too late for the Tetris, but is going to work on it. $589 for Myles, $509 for Nek0 here, as both are battling with their board. Tetris for Myles. Now 113,000 points in the lead. Misdrop there with the T. But is going to get everything squared away. Can set up for a dirty here. Takes a triple instead. Nek0 is close to getting clean again. Set up for another dirty Tetris, and a dirty Tetris there for Nek0. 551. Myles 637. Both players now on level 23. And Myles going to get the dirty center well here. It's row 2, but a dirty Tetris is a dirty Tetris. Wonder if it can be fixed with color correction. I mean, you could probably do that, yeah. I'd imagine so. Simul Tetris from both players here. 728 for Myles, 618 for Nek0 here. It's still relatively close as we're going to enter into the latter stages of post-18 play. Right now, both have a clean board after digging for quite a bit there, but Myles here going to have a couple of holes in the board again, holding out for that long bar. Holds out long enough to get the Tetris. Nek0's going to get the Tetris at the same time. 765 for Myles, 716 for Nek0 here. As right now, Myles holding out for a T piece to get tucked in there. Tries to go for the spin, not going to be able to get it. Going to have to create a couple of holes at the bottom there as Nek0 is going to start to catch up here. Another Tetris brings him within 22,000 points here of Myles. It's set up for another Tetris. And there it is. Tetris for Nek0 is going to take the lead here on 816. Myles also on 816. There is only 1,000 points separating these two here on level 27. And both players look set to kick off this match in one hell of a fashion. Level 29's coming, and Nek0's going to be the first one to reach it there on 844. It's a Tetris there up to 881. Myles has taken back the lead here. Still has quite a bit of an advantage here on lines compared to Nek0 here. He's about 12 or so lines behind, which can mean up to 3 Tetrises can be made here. Myles will transition to kill screen on 930. But right now, Myles has about a 2 Tetris lead here. Tetris and a half, actually. Nek0 playing very cleanly here. Set up for a Tetris. Trying to get something over there. Oh, and the board's going to quickly spiral. Needs a long bar. He's not going to be able to get it. And Nek0 tops out at 906. Myles, 1,016 points. Will take game number 1 here. GG's. And what a hell of a way to kick this game off. You're at Wikipedia Editathon. Hope you have fun. 3, 2, 1. Tetris! And hello, Giovanni. Good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? We had a similar start there from both players to start off, but now we've quickly deviated. Still a not too dissimilar approach from both players at the moment. Both are Tetris ready, are going to score the first Tetris of the match, and now Nek0 is set up for another one straight away, and is going to have the early advantage here with that nice double Tetris there. Too much work for uni, but you finished that now. That's great. Glad to have you here. Unwind, relax, and watch some good old-fashioned Tetris here. Myles with a very high left side here. Nek0, they're going to get the single to keep the well open. Gets it open just in time. Both players getting a Tetris to start here. And it'll be Myles who has the 1 Tetris advantage here at the moment on 114. Nek0 94,000. It's relaxing Tetris time. Indeed it is. Both players with a clean start to this game. Just banging down Tetris after Tetris here. Tetris for Nek0, now a Tetris for Myles here. Myles looking for something to tuck in there in column 5, or column 6 rather. Having to put everything on the left here. Is playing quite aggressively, but now has to create a hole there. And oh my god, Nek0's board, sweet mother of spires. It looks like a New York skyscraper system there. Or like just a general skyscraper system. Looks like, I don't know. Looks like a downtown area, but gets it fixed up. Hi, Kroyos. Good to see you. Well, somehow Nek0 has managed to salvage it and get a dirty Tetris, which incredibly impressive and nice intuition. Gets another dirty Tetris there and gets the triple to get the center back open. Takes a double as well. And currently, Myles does have the lead here on 326. Nek0 on 274. Surprisingly, hasn't fallen too far behind, despite that absolutely like nonsensical stack there. Is going to set up for the center well. Making sure to keep the well open. Has to close it. Would long bar wait that long? It will. Nice tuck there with the J, and is going to get it. Center well Tetris for Nek0 here to maintain a only a 2 Tetris deficit here to Myles. Myles getting the S spin there. And he's going to get another row 2 Tetris there. Up to 375. Nek0 322. But I don't know. I don't know what that stack was. But that Tetris, Myles is going to get that hole in row 6 opened, and we'll clean it back up here. Has a long bar dependency in column 2 that he's looking to rectify as soon as possible, hoping not to put any unwanted pieces in there, but is going to have to create another hole there. Can set up potentially for something later on, but now just getting the worst pieces possible. Myles not having great luck there. Those 2 S's in a row really proving to be a difficulty, and is going to have to be in dig mode here. Nek0 gets the well back open and will land another Tetris to move within a Tetris, or half a Tetris of Myles here. And Myles is going to get the dirty Tetris there to maintain the Tetris and a half lead. 428 Myles, 392 Nek0. Oh, Myles Bish shifts there. Taps 1 too much over and is going to continue to be in this dig here. We'll get that Tetris, or get the long bar over into column 2 there. Yeah, how's everyone doing today? I hope everyone is doing quite swell. Hope everyone's enjoying themselves so far. I know I am. This is some great play from both players so far, as both have now eclipsed 100 lines and are approaching level 19 once again. 507 for Myles, 413 for Nek0. About a 4 Tetris lead right now for Myles. But I think nowadays 4 Tetrises isn't as much of a massive advantage as it used to be, but 4 Tetris lead is still a 4 Tetris lead, and that does mean Nek0 will have some work to do in level 19 and beyond. But both players right now on similar line counts compared to last time, so no advantage either way in terms of lines, but Myles once again having to cover the right side there. Meanwhile, Nek0 is going to use this opportunity to catch up. He's already half the deficit down to 2 Tetrises. Myles working on trying to get that left side open. And we'll want to slot a long bar there as quick as possible. Myles will be the first. Both players actually have transitioned to level 19 here. 563, Myles, 530 for Nek0 here. You're recalling why is this match so early, but then you realize Nek0's from Russia. Yeah, we have we have some Europeans here, so that's why it's so early. And you also have a European restreaming it, so a combo within a combo within a combo here. But yeah, you all know who to blame for the match being early. You all know who to blame. I don't need to say it. Myles in a bit of trouble here, just having to get that long bar over, but needs to get that right open as soon as possible. Nek0 is taking the lead here, and Myles is going to top out at 6:05. Nek0 on 6:13. Was behind for most of that match, but managed to pull ahead to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris! Yeah, see you there, Giovanni. Looking forward to meeting you. Right now, I'm just trying to find out if how everything works in terms of getting there, because I don't know if there's a somewhere where you have to buy a ticket or something, or if it's entry fees or something. Depending on how much I improve, I might try to qualify, even if I know I'm gonna get absolutely destroyed in round 1. I might just try to qualify and see what happens. Myles here already having to cover the well here, and is gonna have to do a bit of digging. Both players with quite a difficult start to the game, and both will land a couple of Tetris here. Myles doing very well to get that open as quickly as he did. Nek0 here also in a little bit dig. We'll be set up for the dirty Tetris. We'll land the dirty Tetris. You want to go to CTWC DAS, but you don't think you can? Ah, that's a shame. Would have made up for the fact that I can't make it to CTUK this year, but the Dan V Adamirish collab will happen one day. We'll guarantee that. It'll happen one day. But yeah, I'll find out more info about how everything works and what I need to do, or if there's any specific things I need to find out about the venue, if I need to pay stuff or whatever. I have no idea. It's gonna be my first IRL event, but I'm super excited. Anyway, right now Myles currently has about a Tetris and a half lead here on 166, Nek0 127. And both have had a difficult start to the game, but are maintaining their composure, maintaining board composure. Most important thing, Myles gets everything back over to the left. Nek0's going to get a center well Tetris there, and a nice Vitz there from Nek0. Couldn't get the rotation necessary for the S-piece there, but will tuck in the square. Is center well Tetris ready once again, but we'll have some cleanup to do afterwards. Does get it in there. Tetris for Nek0 here, 177, Myles 237. You have work commitments in July. Fair enough. That's fair. You can't avoid work commitments, I suppose. You gotta make the dough somehow. You gotta make that bread. Secure the bag, Dan. Secure the bag. You gotta take 1,500 hours of wooden boat. I just need to take like 2 flights to get there, because I live on the Isle of Man. So I have to get a flight to Dublin, and then I have to get a flight to Frankfurt, and then I have to get a train to Cologne. So that's gonna be my itinerary there. Nek0 gets the well back open. Is Tetris ready here? But is 5 Tetrises behind Myles right now. 331 for Myles, 230 for Nek0. But Nek0's going to get 2 Tetrises back-to-back there. Shorten that down to a 3.5 gap. Myles is going to respond with a Tetris of his own. As both players now just over halfway towards level 19 once again. Nice fits there from Myles. We always gotta celebrate. Like, in pure joy and elation, more than, like, Tetrises or game wins for a Vitz. Nice double tuck there from Myles. And we'll get another Tetris with that, right after Nek0 gets a Tetris of his own. 402,000 for Myles, 300,000 for Nek0. It is a long trip, but, it's gonna be worth it to see some, beep boops and some, boom Tetrises. And of course to meet everyone, and it's gonna be really fun. I hope it's gonna be a great event. I've heard the tournament last year was fantastic, so looking forward to it for sure. I'll make sure to dress up in attire that'll make sure everyone will know that it is me. That's all I'll say. Just stereotypical like Irish gear. 471 for Myles, 352 for Nek0 here. Both have now finally got a clean board here. I say finally, both are on fantastic pace here. Especially Myles on an 85% Tetris rate. You wouldn't think it, considering the digs that both of these players have had and the difficult boards that have been seen so far in this game, but 85% Tetris rate. And Nek0's also still on max out pace as well on 62, so that's nothing to ignore. As both players now are soon to transition to level 19 in about 20 lines or so. This Nek0 still maintaining about a 4 Tetris gap behind Myles here, making sure that doesn't fall anywhere higher than that. Nice flat burn with the long bar there. We'll hold out long enough for the long bar to get that triple. And gets another triple there, unless that was a Tetris. I think that was a Tetris and then a triple there. No flash like Nek0, so it's a little bit more difficult to notice, especially if I'm looking at another board. 618, Myles, 513, Nek0, as Myles is now transitioned to level 19 here. 642, 82% Tetris right here. Gonna get that row 2 Tetris as well. Nek0 will transition with that Tetris there up to 538 now. As both players hoping for a longer battle than we saw in game 2 here. Tetris for Nek0 and a Tetris for Myles not too far behind. 130,000 point gap here, maintaining an 80+% Tetris rate. Myles is here. Another Tetris there, 718 to 586, but Nek0 is maintaining that aggression, maintaining, just making sure to keep that gap as stable as possible, potentially trying his best to get it down however he can. Gonna get that tuck there with the T. And now he's gonna set up for another center well Tetris here. Making sure to keep that well open. Does center well Tetris for Nek0. 666, Myles 772. Just under a 4 Tetris gap here. Myles gonna get another Tetris here. You're gonna call yourself... Okay, I need to read this after the match, but I want to keep an eye on this. Myles here, 854, Nek0 723. Both players now above 70% Tetris rate. Nek0 has gone 71%. Myles 83%. Both players look set to max out here should they keep this board clean. Nek0 here trying to get the long bar in column 3 there to get everything clean back up again. Does so. Holding out for that long bar. There it is, Tetris for Nek0 here. Myles trying to set up as well. Gets it ready. Tetris ready here, waiting for the long bar, hoping it hasn't come too late. It hasn't. Tetris for Myles, 944. Nek0 784 now. As Nek0 now in a bit of a dig again, can set up for a dirty here, takes the triple instead. Nice nice tuck with the T there from Myles. Is going to be Tetris ready again, gets the Tetris. 6 Tetris lead here for Myles on 985. Nek0 825, and kill screen play is likely going to be needed, providing that Myles doesn't enter an absolute dig from hell. Gets the well back open. Tetris for Myles again. Max out on level 26. 1,050,000 for Myles. 888 for Nek0 here. Both players can play on kill screen here, so it isn't like time is running out for Nek0, but is going to want to try to get that lead down as soon as possible. But Myles is not letting up here. Continuing to have a clean board here. Gets the tuck with the square. Nek0 is set up for another Tetris here. Is going to get it. Tetris for Nek0, but creates a hole there in row 2. Or, yeah, row 2. Not column 2. Myles playing very aggressively here. Holding out for that long bar. Closes the well back up again. Nice double there. Long bar coming a little bit too late, but gets another one right after. Tetris for Myles up to 1.164 million. Nek0 972 in quite the drought here. Is going to get the long bar eventually, but still in a dig here, and that's going to allow Myles to extend this lead further and further out. 1.236 million. Myles transitions to level 29. Kill screen speeds now as Nek0 will get there on the next line clear and does. Transitions on 1,045,000. Max out for Nek0 here. Snapple players enter level 29 and beyond. And a Tetris for Nek0 there, down to 165,000 the gap is right now. 4.5 Tetrises here as Myles is currently digging to try to keep that stack clean. Nek0, meanwhile, trying to score as many points as he possibly can here. Is set up for the Tetris here. Doesn't get the L all the way over, but we'll get that Tetris. Now we'll have to clean that up. And is doing so quite efficiently here. Gets it back open again. And now we'll be looking to build for more Tetrises here. Is going to have to build to column 3 here. Meanwhile, Myles' board is starting to climb here. 1.29 for Myles, 1.163 for Nek0 here. Myles keeping that stack in the middle here, making sure it doesn't build up anymore, but that right side is starting to puff up a little bit. Nek0 here maintaining, just continuing to score and score here, but Nek0's board is also climbing as well. Gonna try to look to get this clean as soon as possible here. Needs to get stuff over on that left side, does. But Myles' board is starting to fall apart and it's gonna top out at 1.32. Nek0 1.181, needs something on the left. Gets the square over as well. Nek0's still alive here, level 34. Time is starting to run out here, but can't get anything over on the left, and it's going to top out at 1.19. Nek0 was hanging on for dear life, but just couldn't hang on long enough. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Burrito Dead saying, next time I have a match, I'll call myself Boom Tetris for Boom Tetris 4, because when I get a Tetris, I'm saying Boom Tetris for Boom Tetris for Boom Tetris 4. And the cycle continues. Simul Tetris to kick off the match for both players. Let's see if any of these players can build up a streak of Tetrises. We saw that in the last stream I did over on my channel, where I think it was, who was it? I think it was Bisbee, who got 17 Tetrises in a row to start the match. Oh, Nek0 couldn't get the J there all the way over. That's going to start with quite an awkward board here. Myles, meanwhile, building up a little bit high, but is obviously going to get that long bar in for the Tetris. He knows what he's doing. It's all calculated, all planned. Yeah, Nek0's board here, not in great shape so far. We'll set up for a dirty Tetris here. But it's not the position he would have liked to have been in this early in the game. Nek0 is fighting with this board. Battling with it. Gets the long bar over into column 2 there, but it looks like he is going to get out of it and is going to have that dirty Tetris set up right there. Oh, but has to close the well again. Now isn't going to be set up for it anymore. We'll have to take a triple once he gets down there. But at the moment, Myles is surging ahead here. With about a 4.5 Tetris lead on 171. Nek0 81,000 at the moment. And Myles set up again for another Tetris, and we'll get it. Tetris for Myles. Nek0 here is just still fighting with this board. Gets another very dirty Tetris. Nek0's aggression not letting up here despite the circumstances of the board. We'll be able to get the stack clean here. in about a line or so. Providing the right pieces come at the right time. Oh, but that's not going to be this time. And we'll continue to be in just perpetual digging hell, is what I've coined it right now. I was about to say what I like to call it, but I've never called it perpetual digging hell before, so that's a new term that I've just coined. I'd like all royalties if anyone ever uses that. Thank you very much. 287 here for Myles, though, and 119 for Nek0 here. 7 Tetris lead for Myles early on at the moment, as both players now halfway towards level 19. Nek0 set up for another dirty Tetris. You got to score any way you can. But O has to block the well again. Is going to try to get it open as quickly as possible. We're now in a 22-piece drought here. Longbar finally comes, but not at the right time, and Nek0's in trouble here. Gets it back open just in time. Dirty Tetris for Nek0 there in column 2. Gonna set up once again for another one. But Myles is in control so far of this match. 7 Tetris lead here. Oh, but an very unfortunate sequence of pieces there from Myles. Pretty much the worst possible pieces you could get when trying to set up for that. But now is set up for a dirty Tetris, funnily enough. We'll burn instead. But he's going to get set up for one again, and we'll get a dirty Tetris for Myles. And Nek0 finally has the board clean again. And we'll land a Tetris there at the bottom. Tetris for Nek0. Still holding a 150,000 point lead. Myles is in a comfortable position here, but the board isn't the cleanest. We'll be set up for another dirty Tetris there on row 3. Nek0 holding out for that long bar. We'll get it. Myles in that same draw right now. We'll get the long bar as well. Simul Tetris for both players here. 425 for Myles. 273 for Nek0 here. I wonder if a Russian ever wins C2WC, will they sing a song, Tetris is going home? Tetris coming home. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see if a Russian will win. And then we'll see what happens. But I planted the idea in a Russian's head. If a Russian will ever win, I want them to sing Tetris is coming home in the to the tune of Football's Coming Home. We need to see like a bunch of Russian fans just showing up to California, just constantly singing. Tetris for Nek0 here up to 367. Myles 499. Myles in a drought here. Looking to try to get the well back open again. And Nek0's going to take this opportunity to shorten the gap down to about 111,000 points from 150 at its peak. But with that Tetris there, Myles is going to keep it there, and Myles will transition to level 19 here on 549. Nek0 will also transition 394, which is a good score considering for about 2/3 of this game, Nek0 was in just a perpetual dig that never seemed to end. So it's a good score considering the circumstances. Misdrop there with the S. And is going to try to look to get out of this as quick as possible. Set up for the T-spin. We'll land the T-spin. We'll get the well back open again. Not quite Tetris ready here. Will be now. And there it is. Tetris for Nek0 here. 652 for Myles. 478 for Nek0 here. 175,000 point gap. And in terms of this match, it is do or die for Nek0 here. He needs a win to stay in it. I'm going to make sure to get this game as logged quickly as possible because I am starting to build in more of the elements from my streams into here. For example, I got the table in. I don't quite have the stats set up yet because with the Ninja Cams, it'll be a little bit more complicated to set up. But we'll make it work. We'll make it work, and each one of these streams is going to be better and better and have more and more stuff in it every time I'm hosting it. So stay tuned for those. 769 Myles, 572 for Nek0 here. 6.5 Tetris gap at the moment. Both players on level 23 now. Myles set up for a Tetris on the left side there. Holding out for that long bar. Gonna get it there. Tetris for Myles, and that will unlock the right side again. Nek0 is also Tetris ready. We'll land that Tetris. 613. Myles 803. 200,000 point gap here. But Nek0 still fighting. Gets the triple there and is going to get that well back open very soon. Now long bar dependent. Ooh, Nek0's board in a little bit of a tough shape here. Just holding out for the long bar in a drought, though. We'll get it eventually. 870 Myles, 632 for Nek0, and Nek0's falling further and further behind here. Long bar coming one piece too late there for Nek0 to be able to do anything with it. Does land the Tetris at the next one eventually, though. 668. Myles, 903. Both players now on level 26. And Myles here now again also has a little bit of work to do. Gets the well back open there. Has a hole there in row 5. Gets it back open. Is Tetris ready? Oh, is the chain continuing? I just saw Zempro did it. The chain is continuing on and on and on until the end of time. Nek0 about to transition to level 29 here is on 810. Myles 951. But Myles' board isn't in the greatest shape here, so this is the perfect opportunity for Nek0 to catch up here. And we'll transition to level 29 on 846. Nek0 is on level 29. Myles will get to level 29 shortly. Myles has the stat clean again, and we'll transition to kill screen on 1,011,011. Maxed out in a kill screen. Nek0 here still fighting, gets the stack back down to the bottom. Myles setting up for a Tetris here. Myles wants to get this game done. Wants to put it out of reach. Gets the Tetris there, and that'll go a long way. Now at about 1.1, 1,099,099. To be specific, 972 for Nek0. Nek0 still has to max out here. But is still fighting. Both players on level 31 now. Oh, and Myles' board is starting to fall apart here. Needs to get things over, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do anything with it. Not going to happen. Myles will top out at 1,114,100. Nek0 on 996 is in a chase down here. Can Nek0 take this to game 5? Level 33 now, has time. Is Tetris ready? Will the long bar come in time? Not quite. Will burn instead. Not getting the most optimal pieces in the world, but still working on it. Gets a nice triple there. Now within 2 Tetrises. Nek0 still looking to set up. There it is. Tetris ready. Where's the long bar? Has to take more burns, but is keeping in it. Can set up for a dirty center well here. Is going for it. There it is. Dirty center well Tetris for Nek0 here on kill screen. Level 35. Now it just needs one more. It is within 30,000 points here. There it is. And Nek0 completes the chase down. Incredible. And we have a game 5. Enough rambling. Let's get on with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. I'm gonna post my own emote in there. It's a Guinness game. Get it right. And can Nek0 use the adrenaline of that chase down to potentially pull this out of the bag here from 2-1 down? Let's see what happens. Or can Myles finish the job? Let's see. Let's see what happens here. Winner will take it all here. Well, not all, but you get what I mean. It's a metaphor. Don't be a buzzkill. Player surviving a 26-piece drought there. In relatively good shape, both keeping their boards clean at the moment. Back and forth Tetrises here. The queue still says yesterday's matches. There we go. Thank you, Zempro. I gotta do my job. Anyone who's a mod will do their job of helping me. Because I'm still, like, relatively new to this whole restreaming thing. I'm very grateful for the opportunity that Kingsman's given me, of course, to commentate these games. But I still don't know all the commands for CT bot, I'm gonna be honest. So, thank you to Zempro and Sunny and everyone else for helping me out so far. Making sure that I can keep my eyes on the prize, and the prize being these incredible matches that we're seeing before our eyes at this moment in time. That's some bars right there. That's some Tetris bars. Speaking of bars, Nek0 here ready for a Tetris, a dirty Tetris of that, waiting for the long bar. And does get it. Dirty Tetris for Nek0 here, but Myles will have the advantage here by a Tetris and a half on 256, Nek0 217. Yeah, Portal. Both players have to agree to level 19 for it to be a thing, so don't worry. Don't worry about that. Fractal's not going to make your life a living hell yet. You never know. He might hack into your account and make you say level 19. And then I'd be like, hey, the chat's there. The receipts are there. Anyway, both players right now about halfway towards level 19. My phone just fell, so lost track of the chat a little bit. But currently a Tetris and a half lead here for Myles on 324. Nek0 286. Both players building relatively high there. We'll get the long bar eventually, and there's been quite a bit of droughts here in this game so far. At the 26 one later, earlier, we had this one now. Long bars are in limited quantity, it seems, in this game. Both players are keeping in it, keeping that stack clean. Both players with a very good Tetris rate. 86% for Myles, 79% for Nek0 here. If you think about it, the only reason Fractal lost is because it was an 18 start. Exactly, 18 start. That's how you beat Fractal. 18 starts. It's the strat. None of this 19 starts propaganda. Come on, everybody. We can work together. Well, I suppose everyone has already worked together. Fractal lost, so I suppose it's already mission accomplished, but bury him for good. 451 for Myles here, and Nek0 has taken the lead now on 472. Nek0 for a lot of these games has been the one chasing the game, but so far is the one in control here, ahead by a Tetris and a half, and Myles is going to get quite high up there. We'll get the dirty Tetris, very dirty Tetris. That long bar come a couple of pieces later. I don't know if Myles would have been able to get out of that, but does. And looks like he will get out of this dig. And a nice Tetris is there waiting for him after that. That was absolute fit. That was like absolutely like just criminal dirty Tetris there that Myles pulled off. That was like that like should be. Oh, Myles incredibly aggressive here. Managed to get everything over on the right. Unbelievable aggression from Myles here. And ignore the drought counter. The drought counter machine has broke for Myles at least. Nice center wall Tetris there for Myles. Both players now on level 19. 619 for Nek0, 567 for Myles. Myles in just like a permanent state of drought, according to the counter. No way, 100-piece drought. 644 for Myles, 669 for Nek0 here. Both players are going to be pretty much as close can be going through the post-19 levels here. Nek0 set up for another Tetris here. Long bar comes a little bit too late, but board is still in relatively good shape. Can get this well back open pretty quickly here, providing the right pieces are achieved, and there it is. Looking to get the well back open still. Has to close it again. Myles is going to take the lead back now with that Tetris. 725 for Myles, 705 for Nek0 here. But Nek0 lands a Tetris, takes the lead back, but only by about burn scores. 3,000 points between the two here, and this game 5 might truly be the closest match we're going to have so far. Or closest game, rather, but Nek0 there with a dependency in column 2, gets it filled in. Fighting to keep that well open, gets it open. Long bar comes just in time. Tetris for Nek0 here, 768. Myles going to take that lead back, though, 788. And Nek0 gets another Tetris. Will Myles respond? Maybe a little bit later. But eventually, Oh, the drought counter is working again. Cool. 27-piece drought there with the long bar. Does get it eventually, but not going to be able to score anything with it. Myles in a little bit of trouble here, but it's going to work through it. But Nek0 also, that board isn't looking great for Nek0 either. And that slim lead might be about to fall as Myles is close to getting the stack clean here. We'll land that Tetris and take the lead. 844, Nek0 835. Nek0's in trouble, needs a long bar in column 8 there. We'll get it. And long bar coming at the perfect time there. And Nek0 survives that dig. Very impressive from Nek0. Is Tetris ready now? And actually had the lead there for a brief amount of time by just a few hundred points. And we'll land the Tetris there. 485 points is what separates these two at the moment. Level 26 for Nek0, level 27 Myles. And it's just back and forth. The lead constantly changing here. Oh, Nek0 wasn't quite able to score that Tetris, but will with that one. 959 Nek0, 958 Myles. Who's going to take this game? It could be anyone's. Both have a clean stack at the moment. Myles a little bit higher. Level 27 now. Myles will go to level 28. Kill screens are coming. Tetris for Nek0 there, but is going to fall about a Tetris behind now. We'll be able to get that. Kill screen for Myles here on 1,066. Nek0 also maxes out. We'll transition to kill screen with this next Tetris here, and we'll do so on 1,070. 36,000 points separate these two here. Now on kill screen. Nek0 gets the long bar to open the well back up. Just waiting for something to make a Tetris here. Is Tetris ready there? Need something on the left side to keep that balance. Tetris for Nek0 there. 1.115. Just 3,000 points separating these two at the moment. Couldn't get the Z all the way over. Gets another Tetris there to take the lead back. 28,000 points, and Nek0 is still alive here. That looked like it was nearly game over for Nek0, but Nek0 is still alive. Needs a long bar there on the left. Can't get it all the way over. We'll get another chance here. Oh, not gonna be able to do anything. And Nek0 tops out at 1,160. Myles needs 13,000 points. Can Myles do it? Just 7,000 now. Can just line this out if he desires. 2,000 to go. 900. One more will do it. Just needs a line. There it is. And Myles will take game number 5 to close out what has been an absolutely unbelievable match. GG's to both of you. Should absolutely be proud of yourselves. What a game. What a match. And what a way to kick off this stream. Goodness gracious.
On YouTube. Anyway, Somalian at 484 sets up a lot of tucks and spins and bullshit. I don't really know what's happening for Somalian. He's firing his center, and that's not really good. So he's kind of setting up a potential relegation right now for Division 2. But we'll see if he survives this. This would be a good time to roll switch Somalian, just saying.